The McBooger eater, don't you know him? Didn't you see his numpty clip?
I'm measuring a line of sight.
Between you and the horizon to establish the first straight line for your angle.
Yes.
Yes, so not curving then. That's a straight line. We already established that's DOS. Twice we've had to do this. So that line,
Yep, line of sight.
is straight and flat for it to be used to measure an angle.
Sure.
So not curving away from you then.
That part doesn't matter.
Other than it's your fundamentalist religious belief that the Earth is curving away from you because you think you're on a sphere, that's not a problem other than it doesn't comport with your fundy sphere belief. No, it's just a problem if you still think you're standing on a sphere surface that is curving away from you, given it must be flat to measure the angle you think we're scared of fulfilling when they've got the angle from a flat plane.
I can't believe he's right. He's a chat skank, but he's in the VC, left lane. That he wants, there's a Sextant navigation challenge out there that we're scared of or something. Are you retarded?
I didn't say anyone was scared. I didn't say anyone was scared. I just said there is a challenge. I would like to see that demonstrated because I'm interested in seeing it done.
Are you talking about that trilateration?
Hold on, Lisa. Hold on. Go ahead, left lane. Fill us in.
Yeah, they give you some of the components to calculate your position, and the request is to do the math and show your work and figure out where you're at.
I see. Is this MC?
Hey, yo,
hold on, just Issa, just can it just for a sec.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks. Is this the MC Toon challenge that was already passed on to us by Bob the Science Guy by any chance?
Oh, I'm not sure. I just heard it talked about over in another BC.
Can you give us an outline of what it is?
Well, that's basically what I said. It's all I know about it. That there are.
I got you, Oakley.
There are angles given, and you know there's some parameters that are provided, and all you've got to do is work it out.
Left lane angles given. That's the problem.
Yo,
what
they try to do is they give you the distances, right? What he's trying to get you to do is okay. What? Kiwi, carry on. If you want to argue about, I mean, these guys, they're dead to rights. So I already posted a GPS link with they don't even add spherical. They don't even show you where they added it. It's so stupid.
Thanks, Issa. We'll get back to you in just 1 second.
Okay, go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you, lads. Yeah, that's the problem, left lane. They give you the angles. They look straight past that point, which is the most important point, which is our argument, the elevation angles. That is our argument. So the whole challenge is based on us looking straight past the very thing that is our argument and going into a mathematical argument that can be worked either way, mathematically. It can be worked flat or worked globe. And those particular and that particular challenge, if it's the one from MC Toon, is worked in such a way that it uses spherical trigonometry. But all that doesn't matter because we have to start with the angles. How did you get the angles? How did you get the elevation angles? That has to give you a distance to the GP of the star. How did you do that when the baselines have to be flat? That's our argument. Well, we start at the very start.
Well, how do you do it on the flat Earth? I mean, you use the sextant and get your elevation angles.
Yep.
And those are the numbers you need to do the math, right?
Yep. So that's how we do it. You've just basically told us. The problem is that that the same angles, to get that angle, you require a flat plane because it's two straight lines, one of them being the baseline. First and foremost, do you understand that to measure an angle, the line must be straight? Do you get that bit?
Well, no, I understand the sextant to be a a device used to measure angles. I could measure the angle between my house and my mailbox with it, but I don't really have to have any lines. I just use line of sight.
Okay, no worries. Do you know what an elevation angle is?
Yeah, it's the elevation, the angle of elevation above a point, which would be the horizon.
So, and that line between you and the horizon would be a straight, flat line for it to measure an angle with?
Fine.
Pardon?
It's a line of sight, yes.
Yeah, but you're measuring an angle with that line of sight. You understand that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you understand that that line is straight. We just need to establish that. There's no question following it. Just need to establish it so I can move forward and ask the question.
Well, you have to, you have to assume it's a straight line. Your line of sight would be a straight line from your eye to the horizon.
So straight, flat line between you and the horizon to be utilised to measure an angle. And your question to us was, you've already got certain parameters laid out by MC Toon. That would be the angles that he's offering, correct?
Okay.
So those angles were measured off a flat Earth. Do you understand?
Okay.
Not okay for you.
Well,
No. Not okay for you. You think the ground beneath your feet's curving. So not straight line between you and the horizon to measure this angle they're asking us about. Your line would be curved. Do you understand the problem now?
Yeah, the problem that you're not drawing a line from your feet to the point of the horizon. You're doing a line of sight from your eyeball to the horizon.
And?
It's a line of sight.
And that line's curved, is it? That line between you and that horizon's curving?
From your feet to that point that you see as the horizon is curved, but your line of sight from your eyeball to the horizon.
Stop. So the line between your feet and the horizon is curving. Can you explain, if that line is curving, as you've just declared, how do you measure an angle with that curved line, please?
I don't have eyeballs in my feet. I look at with my eyes to the horizon. That's a
with a
line.
sextant, with a sextant, which is measuring two straight lines. We've already established that. Now I'm declaring the problem for you. You've got a curved line between you and the horizon. That's not conducive with measuring angles.
I'm not measuring across the surface. I'm measuring a line of sight.
Between you and the horizon to establish the first straight line for your angle.
Yes.
Yes, so not curving then. That's a straight line. We already established that's DOS. Twice we've had to do this. So that line,
line of sight
is straight and flat for it to be used to measure an angle.
Sure.
So not curving away from you then.
That part doesn't matter.
Other than it's your fundamentalist religious belief that the Earth is curving away from you because you think you're on a sphere, that's not a problem other than it doesn't comport with your fundy sphere belief. No, it's just a problem if you still think you're standing on a sphere surface that is curving away from you, given it must be flat to measure the angle you think we're scared of fulfilling when they've got the angle from a flat plane. It must be flat.
I never said anything.
Sorry, you want to fundy chant through me? I haven't quite finished. You done chanting?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're chanting through me because it's painful. Yeah. So you're asking us about the angles provided in this challenge and how they work thereafter. We're saying the angles provided in your challenge you're asking about were taken with a straight, flat line to the horizon, which you have confirmed twice. It must be flat and straight to the horizon, or it wouldn't be giving you an angle measurement. So, given that it must be flat to get this angle, how do you, the sphere believer who thinks the ground's actually curving away, get your elevation angle? Go.
Yeah, disengage. You're not going to talk to me that way.
I will talk to you when I've won exactly how I choose. Because, in summary, it's not about how I'm talking to you. I'm being extremely polite, in fact. You cannot get an elevation angle from a curved surface. So you can't measure this angle on a globe. It's not about how I'm talking to you. It's about me annihilating your fundamentalist religious belief that the ground curves away from you, from your feet to the horizon, that you've declared twice is actually being utilised with a straight line to it to measure the angle to the star that we're being asked about.
There's a communication error here.
Yeah, when you're talking really slow.
Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear your snowflake Sally excuse. He talked to you very politely. Not like I'm going to do right now. You fucking snowflake Sally. Why don't you put your snowflake on? Get the fuck out of here, you clown.
So,
and
summary,
your little appeal to, hold on, your little appeal to, it's the line of sight. You're not looking at the horizon at your feet. That's why we use dip correction, you numpty dipshit. How you like that, fuckwit? You're a retard. What's a triangle?
Okay, so he can't get his elevation angle from a curved surface. His belief is the ground curves away towards the horizon. 8 inches per mile squared is the calculation they give out for their geometric distance to their physical horizon that's curving away. Now, that won't give them an angle measurement. So what do?
Yeah.
Well, they measure a line to the horizon and assume that's a straight, flat line on a straight, flat surface. That's what they do. That's just a fact. Well, that's not going to work on a sphere. It can't.
No, he's not doing that. He's taking a straight line from his eyes to the horizon and taking an angle then to a celestial body between that and the horizon. He doesn't understand dip and height of void correction. For that, an elevation angle, left lane, you have to have a 90-degree right angle. And that's why they do dip and height of void correction. And the baseline of that right triangle then becomes your distance. So if that distance is 3,500 miles or 2,500 miles, then that's 2,500 miles of absolutely flat along the surface of the Earth. It's not optical anymore once you do dip and height of void correction. It becomes geometric. And that's our argument. And that's why McToon looks straight past that point and tries to give us mathematics that needs spherical geometry.
Because he's a booger eater, like you. Left lane. McBooger eater, don't you know him? Didn't you see his numpty clip? That your little ploy right there was so pathetic. You know, I'm not looking at the horizon from my feet. Go back to primary school.
You need a long walk on the beach, Quantum.
You like fucking clown.
Oh, God, don't start, Issa. I'm going to bail.
Wine.
Oh, God, this is going to end badly. I'm going to bail. With that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G Plus panels for making today's after show possible.